Hello good people, welcome to my channel Watercolor Painting in the Afternoon. My name is Beth and today I just wanted to show you a couple of new colors that I got, and I am kind of going gaga over these colors. They're both from Holbein. I did not realize I was getting such a huge tube of this, but I'm glad I did because it is gorgeous. This is Jaune Brillant from Holbein, and the color that you see on the tube does not do this paint justice. I actually cleaned out a well on my pad, my very messy pad, for Jaune Brillant, and I'm going to put it in right now because this stuff is so beautiful. It's like painting light. It's like painting light on your paper. It's so gorgeous, and I don't want to waste a single drop of it. It's so good. Look at that. Look at that color. I mean, maybe you can't see that very well, but you will in a minute because I'm going to paint with it, and just to show you, just to give you an example of what it looks like. I also have Turquoise Blue, which I found out is the real true blue. You cannot make turquoise. This is the real blue. When people say blue, just blue, this is what they mean. Turquoise. It's not ultramarine, it's not cobalt, it's not peacock, it's not phthalo. It is turquoise, is the real blue. That just blew me away. Anyway, I was so excited about this paint last night that I actually painted a few flowers with the Jaune Brillant and some Daniel Smith's, what do you call this stuff? Quinacridone Rose. Yeah. It was really neat. And I'm going to continue painting those flowers. But first, let's just swatch this a little bit. I want you to see what Jaune Brillant looks like. Look at that color. Can you see that? I hope there's no glare. I just think it's like painting light. You know? It's just so gorgeous. Can you see that? And then, of course, one of my other favorite colors now is this turquoise color that is so gorgeous. I'm just going to put a little bit of that on there. Look how pretty. Look at how intense that color is. I think I'm falling in love with the Holbein line of paints too. Really beautiful, really beautiful. This is almost the perfect sand and ocean colors, you know? Sky color, whatever you want to put, whatever you want to do with it. Wonder what they would look like together. Huh? Gotta do it now. Now I've got to do it. I asked the question, now I got to do it. So I'm going to put some Jaune Brillant down. And then I'm going to mix right over top of that. I'm going to mix some of the turquoise. And let's see what we get. Oh, that's interesting, isn't it? Not a true green, but at the same time, not blue. Wow, that's really neat. That makes a really pretty color. Anywho, let me continue painting these cute little these cute little flowers that I was doing yesterday. I guess you can't see those. Let me pull these down. Right there. And I was using the Jaune Brillant as well as the Quinacridone Rose to paint these. And then I also used, oh, I just screwed it up a little bit right there. It's okay. I'll come back and get that later. I also used Sap Green by Van Gogh. I admit I was not concentrating on the leaves or the stems, so they're not brilliantly painted or anything like that. But I just wanted to do the flowers and just to see how gorgeous this would be. So let's do it. Let's do it. Let me show you. I've got to get my paint here. And I'm just going to mix it right here on my palette. So beautiful. I had no idea what I was missing. I don't want it to be too thin. I want a nice application of it, a nice creamy application. And I'm going to put another flower right here. Just really get it on there. It's rather opaque. So it's almost like a, I mean, you know, almost like a gouache. It's so opaque. I'm going to let that dry just for a second, and I'll go ahead with the next flower, which I've positioned about right here. I don't know how to describe the color. Is it a flesh color, like if you're painting pale skin, or is it sandy? I don't know. I think it's not much of, to be honest, I think it's not much of a flesh color. Even the palest people would not be that yellow. But I think you could mix it with some other things and get that kind of, if you wanted to go for a pale flesh color, it would work with like a burnt sienna or something like that, just to make it a little less yellow. And then I'm also going to put a little touch, like just make a little, yeah, little bud right there. I'll come back over here, and we're going to get some of this Daniel Smith's quinacridone rose, which is this beautiful, isn't it? It's just this beautiful true pink. I mean, it's just, there's nothing else in there but pink. And you kind of layer it right into the flower, and you get, well, actually, what I want to do, let me back up a minute, because I think what I did last night was to actually mix some of the rose with the Jaune Brillant, and that made a, yeah, that made a lighter pink. And so I came down with that a little bit, put that in. I think I can see my pencil marks still. Jaune Brillant may be a little bit more opaque, but it's still watercolor, and you can see your pencil marks through it, so you're going to want to erase your pencil marks, which I didn't really do a very good job of, so I don't know if you could see that or not, but I can, so. There we go. So many different colors. The colors of the world, Crayola has these colors of the world. They're so interesting. You can do all sorts of skin tones with it, and earthy tones are with it, and it's really a neat little thing for kids to have, because I think skin tone is such a hard thing to do. I mean, and it's going to depend on the individual that you're painting, and you know, it's just not an easy thing. But look how gorgeous this is. That color is so pretty, and together they're beautiful. How in the world did I live without it? Somebody please tell me. Now I have this sap green here, and I'm going to continue to use that too. Just the sap green to pull down my stems. And one right here, and maybe one right there, and one coming off of it like that. How about that? And then my last step will be to let this dry a little bit and then come back with just straight quinacridone rose and put that just in the little bottom part. But for now I'm going to continue on with the leaves and things like that. Just a few little leaves. I'm not going to go crazy. Like I said, this was not the part, that's not the point of this painting, was not to do great leaves and grasses and things like that, but it was just to get a feel for this Jaune Brillant. Y'all are probably laughing at me because, I mean, most people know about Jaune Brillant, and I was just like, oh, this is such a revelation. I've watched other people do tutorials, and they're all, you know, and here we're going to use some Jaune Brillant. I'm like, oh, okay, I'll just substitute Naples or something like that for it. But no, there's no substitute. It's just so gorgeous. It's just a few leaves here and there. I'm not going to get too excited about that. But I think maybe that has rested long enough. Maybe. And I can put a little bit of the, quinacridone rose right there in the actual, where the stem meets the flower. Not really a finished painting, it's just practice using this new paint. But isn't that pretty? I'm excited. I can't wait to use Jaune Brillant in all kinds of ways and mess with it. I'm really not finished with any of this because it needs more. You can see that I messed with the other flowers a lot more than this. But, you know, it's so beautiful, and I wanted to share it with you and to share my excitement, my somewhat childish excitement over this new paint and what all I think I can maybe do with it. And, yeah, I just think that's so gorgeous. Well, thank you for watching. Thank you. If you don't have Jaune Brillant, you know, maybe consider that being your next purchase. It was not so expensive that it was prohibitive, and I think it's going to be one of my favorite paints. Thank you for watching, and until next time.